Bismillah. Hope and Love Over Fear and Hate, Part 105. Why are we afraid? What is the cause of our fear and hate of Islam and Muslims? Is it the number of acts of violence we see happening? Is it the number of fatalities? If so, then by logic, should we not then be fearing and hating Christianity and white Christians just as much, if not more? However, we do not promote this. Rather, as Muslims, we encourage everyone to have hope and love. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught optimism, patience, and perseverance. He, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "I love optimism." But why this negative feeling, specifically towards Islam? Could it be the $43 million in funding going directly to fuel hate and Islamophobia? Specifically, between 2001 and 2009, 7 groups provided $42.6 million to Islamophobia think tanks. Furthermore, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization, CARE, in a report entitled Legislating Fear, Islamophobia and Its Impact in the United States, revealed that anti-Islam groups received more than $119 million in funding between 2008 and 2011. What would happen if this much funding was going to fuel hate against other faiths? The US-based Islamophobia Network's inner core is currently comprised of at least 37 groups, whose primary purpose is to promote prejudice against or hatred of Islam and Muslims. An additional 32 groups whose work regularly demonstrates or supports Islamophobic themes make up that network's outer core. Key players in the networks benefited from large salaries as they encouraged the American public to fear Islam. In 2011 and 2012, 78 bills or amendments designed to marginalize Muslims and vilify Islamic religious practices were introduced in the legislatures of 29 states and the US Congress. 62 of these bills contained language that was extracted from David Yerushalmi's American Laws for American Courts model legislation. Why is this important to note? Because David actively spreads anti-Muslim rhetoric through fear and hate, yet we take legislation from him? In at least 11 states, mainstream Republican leaders introduced or supported anti-Muslim legislation. But why do people and politicians like him follow these low tactics? It is simple. They are a lot like bullies and others who may have an inferiority complex, or even a salesman who has an inferior product. For them to sell to you, they need to focus on exaggerating negatives of others, or even resort to lying instead of focusing on the good they themselves may have, which in many cases does not exist. Most of the time, this psychology is because deep inside they know what they have is not better. For instance, a failure in school does not like that their friends are college graduates, and thus always wants to bring them down to compensate for what they are lacking. These negative people have also failed spiritually. So why are we afraid? Because there are people filled with hate, driving and fueling fear, such that we are also infected with this heart disease called hate. They are essentially causing an epidemic of hate. Are these excuses for Muslims to hate? No. Rather, they should be encouragement for Muslims to inform others about the true beauty of Islam, and for all to investigate and explore. With all of this negativity, there are still non-Muslim Americans studying and accepting Islam as a way of life. Strange? No, it's not. because every one of us is an individual with a mind and heart. Once we stop allowing mass media to think and feel on our behalf, then we can be free. Otherwise, we are slaves to the dictatorship called the media. Once we disallow a few bigoted individuals to control the masses, then we can have hope, love, we can be free. Gandhi once said, "The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. So let us replace this fear with hope by taking the following steps. Try turning off the news for a minimum of 1 week and see the positive effects it has on your life from both an optimism and productivity perspective. Meet a Muslim. Muslims should visit their non-Muslim neighbors and vice versa. Go out for coffee or lunch. Get to know each other. Why? Because correct knowledge brings about hope and removes the fear. Consequently, with this interaction, a mutual feeling of love will overcome the hate. At the end of the day, we are all human beings with diverse views and perspectives. We do not have to agree with everything, but we do have to and want to live respectfully alongside each other. All of us are from Adam, and Adam was from dirt. So let us humble ourselves, rid our souls of unwarranted arrogance, hate, and fear. Be hopeful and optimistic. If you have any questions, then please ask a Muslim. Thank you.